There are 4,304 intern positions opening across Australia for 2027. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you where they are, what they pay, and the 5 things that matter the most for your application. I'm Dr. Anthony Llewellyn. As Medical Director at HETI, I ran the biggest intern recruitment system in the country for 4 years, and I've been writing this annual guide for AdvanceMed ever since I left. Let's start with the map. New South Wales, as you can see, has the most jobs, about 1,200, in fact, bang on 1,200 as we at the moment. Then Victoria with 978 and Queensland with 927. Western Australia sits around 440, South Australia around 350 or 360, and the smaller jurisdictions, Tassie, the Northern Territory, ACT and the Commonwealth, make up the rest. But here's the thing most applicants miss. Your state doesn't just decide where you work, it decides what you earn. A Queensland intern earns $21,000 a year more than a New South Wales intern. And across a 2-year contract, which every jurisdiction now offers, that's over 40 grand in your pocket, and that's before overtime calculations. Same job title, same country, and one more number worth knowing. Last year, New South Wales had 67 unfilled intern positions after the main round. So that's good news for international students and IMGs. Real jobs, real hospitals, still sitting there come November. Now that stat matters for 2 reasons, which I'll come back to in a minute. So that's the market. Now, what actually matters for your application, 5 tips that you should be aware of. Tip 1, every state runs a prioritisation system. And here's the good news. If you're a local student applying in the state where you went to medical school, you're already in the best position. In fact, you're generally guaranteed an intern position. In New South Wales, for example, that's Category 1. A local grad who's a citizen or permanent resident effectively guaranteed a spot within New South Wales. Now, keeping on New South Wales with Category 2, say you did medical school interstate, same process. Your offers just come a little bit later generally. The tiers only really matter if you're applying for overseas or interstate. So look up where you sit in each jurisdiction's system. For most of you, that check will be reassuring. Tip number 2, open the portal or application system day 1. Now, every state and jurisdiction does have their own system, sometimes called a portal or just an online job application, and they all open on Tuesday, May the 5th, 2026. So log in on day 1, not to submit, just to see the checklist. What do I need to gather together for my application? Every jurisdiction wants something slightly different. South Australia, for instance, wants something called a Sunrise EMR certificate. Nobody necessarily tells you that until you hit that page and realise that you need it. And you have until June 4 to submit all that paperwork. So a month to fix gaps in your application is calm. A week or less is panic. Tip 3, rank the hospitals in the order you'd actually want them. Every year, someone on Reddit reckons they can outsmart the HETI algorithm by stacking unpopular networks. It just doesn't work. The algorithm deals with outliers, and you are more likely to be sent to an unpopular network that way. The system will reward honesty, so list where you would genuinely be happy to work. That's it. Tip 4, offers land between usually July 13th and 15th, 2026. So when one arrives, you only generally have 48 hours to accept, and that's real hours. So if you miss the window, the system will auto decline you. So block out those spots in your calendar now. Keep your phone on, keep your email handy, tell your family what's going on. It's not dramatic, it's just being prepared. Every year, someone misses out both on applying as well as an offer. Tip 5, the last tip, if you need a CV, and not every jurisdiction does want you to have one, now's the time to build that custom CV and to line up referees that you have actually spoken to. Now, some jurisdictions will give you a template. If you use it, your application looks identical to every other applicant's. The 90 minutes on a proper CV and a phone call to each referee is a far better approach. A couple of bonus facts, 2 last things that are worth knowing. 1, if you're considering a rural or Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander pathway or something like that, these options vary from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Some of these streams close very early, like March 2026, months before the main campaign. So the Queensland Rural Generalist, for example, is the earliest. If that's you, you don't have until May. In fact, for this year, 2026, you've already missed out. Oops. 2, remember those unfilled positions, 67 in New South Wales, and there have been others in other states in previous years. If you don't land a spot in the main rounds, the late vacancy process runs from November 9, 2026 through to March 19th, 2027, and it's generally being filled up until that date every year. So not placed in the first round doesn't mean that you've lost the whole year. Keep your documents current, keep checking, tell them you're still interested in a job. So everything you just heard, every state's positions, salaries, priority categories, portals, deadlines, and all the links, all in the full 2027 AdvanceMed guide on the blog. Calendar dates to lock in right now. Portal opens on May 5, closes on June 4, and if you know a final year medical student, send them this video. Now could save them a lot of heartache later on in the year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.